show me your answers for number 1. What do we get for number 1? Okay. All right. The given graph models Mr. Passwater's distance from his home over time. Time in hours is the independent variable, and the distance from home in miles is the dependent variable. Which of the following variable descriptions would be appropriate for the given graph? All right, Mr. Passwater leaves school. So this starts with leaves school, leaves his house, leaves his house. So if this is his distance from home, does it make any sense for him to be leaving his house? No. So we can eliminate C and D, which I don't think I saw those answers anyway, but I can quickly eliminate those. All right. So then it goes on to say, he leaves school, drives towards his house at a constant rate. He stops and eats dinner for a while. And then after eating dinner, he leaves and drives until he reaches his house, driving at a constant rate that is faster than the rate he was driving when he first left school. So this does look steeper than this. So let's read B. Mr. Passwater leaves school and drives towards his house, increasing his speed as he drives. If he's increasing his speed as he drives, it wouldn't be linear, because linear has a constant rate. Then he drives a constant rate for a period of time. This is not driving a constant rate because his distance isn't changing. The answer is A. Okay? We good with that? All right, show me your answers for number 2. Okay. You didn't get that far. Okay. All right, so we got all the colors of the rainbow again. All right. Water begins pouring into an empty container at a constant rate. The water pours into the container until it's full. As water begins to pour into the container at a constant rate, the depth of the water in the container increases at an increasing rate for a period of time. Then the depth of the water increases at a decreasing rate until the container is full. Okay, so let's look at each one of these. The depth of the water is increasing. Then the rate at which the water is increasing is decreasing. The rate is decreasing because I have a bigger volume to fill there. So the rate is basically decreasing the entire time. And we want to go from increasing to decreasing. I don't like A. B is kind of the opposite of this. My volume, or my depth rather, is increasing at an increasing rate the entire time because it gets skinnier. So I don't like B. C, my depth is increasing. This rate is increasing, and then the rate is decreasing. So I have an increasing rate and then a decreasing rate because there's more volume to fill in there. So I think I like C. D, the depth is increasing at a decreasing rate because I have more volume to fill in. And then it's increasing at an increasing rate because the volume is less. So these two are basically opposites of each other, but the answer is C. Okay? What questions do we have? Okay, we good? All right, let's look at 3. For his birthday, or actually make sure your name is on this thing because I'm not printing, these things are huge and I'm not reprinting a bunch of them. Show me your answers for 3. You didn't answer? Okay. All right, so let's look at this. It says, for his birthday, Passwater decides to go skydiving. As Mr. Passwater begins falling towards the ground, the distance he falls increases at an increasing rate until he pulls his parachute. Once his parachute opens, the distance he falls increases at a decreasing rate until he safely lands on the ground. Which of the following graphs could depict this situation where time in seconds, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if we're talking about increasing at an increasing rate or decreasing rate, whatever, and we have a graph, what should we write down? Our fun chart. So we're going to write down our fun chart. Okay, so then with that, I know if the rate is increasing, the function is concave up. If the rate is decreasing, the function is concave down. So I know I need to start with a graph that starts concave up and then goes concave down, which means this is concave down then up. I don't like A. This is concave up then down. Don't hate B. This is concave up then down. Don't hate D. This is concave down then up. I do hate C. Okay, so now I've narrowed it down to 2. You have to pay very close attention to the labels here. This is the distance fallen and time. When time is 0, can the distance fallen be 0, or should my distance fallen be something up here? Okay, he's skydiving. So, but it's the distance fallen, not from the ground. I haven't fallen anything when it starts, so it can't be B. It's got to be D. Okay? Pay attention to the labels on the graph. Why it's not B? Because it's the, why it's not B? Because at time t equals 0, you haven't fallen anything. So it should. He did what? No, but it says he's in the plane. He's skydiving. The time, you can't have negative time. You can't have negative time. When t is 0, he's in the plane. He hasn't jumped yet. He jumps, and when he jumps, he hasn't fallen anything. This has to start at 0. So it has to be D. He hasn't fallen anything. Then the distance he falls increases as time goes on. Okay? All right. Read the next one. I'm going to give you about a minute to do that. But you got to read it and do it. Number 4. God, I know. It's ridiculous. Well, it's because I had these printed out. I couldn't find them, so I have to look on my iPad so I know which ones I wanted to skip. And I know it is small. That's why the lights are always all on, because it's pretty small, but I just couldn't bring myself to print those full size on a bunch of papers. Did he? Yeah. Oh, that sounds like fun. All right, so does this sound like it's almost the exact same question? Almost. We got this increasing rate, which means concave up, decreasing rate, which means concave down. So I've got to start with something concave up, then down, which means it's not A. This is concave up, then down. This is concave down, then up. This is concave up, then down. Okay? Then again, bless you, we are looking, bless you, at this. At time 0 seconds, does it make sense for his distance to the ground to be 0? No. It could be to the ground or from the ground. It doesn't really matter. But I don't like that one. The distance from the ground starts up here, and then David. Yeah. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. So your answer is B. Are we good on that? Okay. This one right here, we are going to put a little star on it. Anything we put a star on, you're going to come back and do on your own, because we're not going to do every single one of these together. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to look just at number 6. Decide how many points of inflection you have. Okay, let me see your answers. How many we got? Okay, what happens at a point of inflection? What's changing? Concavity. Okay, so I have this is concave down and then it's concave up. It changes right about there. Are points of inflection something we can actually find accurately? No, because that requires calculus. So unless we're told some other things, we can't do that. But so then this is concave up, then it's concave down. So I got one right here. Then it's concave down, then changes to concave up. So there's one right about there. And then it stays concave up. Your answer is 3. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, now if we're, yes?
Does it really just help to go along the line and just see where it goes up?
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it right now. You're just trying to see where the concavity changes. That's it. Okay, so if we're talking about concavity and stuff like that, what do I need to write down? Fun chart. Because it's fun. That's right. We're having fun. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do 7, 8, 9, and 10. So basically the rest of those that go with this question. And you can talk about them with each other.
Negative and like, can we keep going?
Yeah. Do 7 through 10. Yes, keep going. Do 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're not talking to each other.
Give us answers.
You gonna trust him? Y'all need to keep your hands to yourselves and stay off of each other, or you're not even going to be able to sit at the same table.
Miss, I noticed the trash can was on the door, but I didn't know when to come in.
Well, it was kind of like a safety thing too, right? It was harder for her to get in. You were protecting us. Yeah, I would have stopped, I'm sure. That's right. Teamwork makes the dream work.
For real? What should we
Okay. We got them all decided? All right, show me your answers for 7. What do you got for 7? And this is why we prefer bottles than cups or anything that's open. All right. Good deal. Whew. All right, so we're looking at 7 to 9. 7 to 9 right here. So I'm going to ask you a few things. Is the function positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Is the function concave up or down? Concave up. And since the function is concave up, the rate is increasing. Is the function increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Since the function is increasing, the rate is positive. Okay? Now I don't even know what it was asking, but it just says the function is positive and increasing. So I don't even care about the rate on this one, or positive and decreasing or whatever. But we decided it is negative, and it is increasing, and it is C. Okay. All right. Show me your answers for 8. Are you undecided? Okay. All right. So we're looking at 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Is the function positive or negative? Positive, which means nothing for the rate, just FYI. Is the function concave up or down? Up, which means the rate is increasing. The function is which one of these? Decreasing, which means the rate is negative. So we're looking at just the increasing and the increasing. Okay, so the function is decreasing, the rate is increasing. Well, so the function is decreasing, rate is increasing. The answer is C. Okay, we good on that? Use that fun chart so that you are not overanalyzing things. Show me your answers for 9. The rate is not decreasing. The function is concave up, which makes the rate increasing. The function is decreasing, but the rate of change is increasing. Okay? Okay. All right, so what are your answers for 9? Okay? All right, so 0 to 1. The function is positive or negative? Positive. Is it concave up or down? Down, which means the rate is decreasing. The function is what? Decreasing, which means the rate is negative. What are we actually looking for here? F is increasing, and okay, so F is decreasing and concave down is what we decided, right? So D. All right. Show me 10. Okay, we got a couple of different ones here. So 5 to 7. So from 5 to 7, is the function positive or negative? Negative. Is it concave up or down? Up. It's concave up, so the rate is increasing, and the function is decreasing, so the rate is negative. So what are we actually looking for? Rates, okay, so rates, we just said this is decreasing, so it's negative, and it's concave up, so the rate's increasing. So the rate is negative and increasing. The answer is C. Okay? What questions do you have? 100% from that fun chart. Don't try and overanalyze the graph and confuse yourself. We good? What questions do you have?
When you write the fun chart down, you start with 1 and then get at least the rate.
Yeah. So that's, you write down fun. Well, it's up and down. It's really concavity here. It's not literally an N. But it's up and then down, and then just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah. You just have to know how to write that out. Okay, the next page, which is really not the next page for you, but put a star there. We're going to skip over that. And put a star on where 16 starts. You're going to come back and do those on your own. And then we're going to look at 20. Okay? So again, it's asking us about the rates and stuff. So what should we write down? Fun charts. Okay. And then I'm going to give you a couple minutes for you to go through these 4 with each other. Okay, let's move on. There's going to be some explaining to happen here. So show me what y'all got for 20. Even if you don't all agree at your table, it's totally fine. Okay, I'm going to try and unconfuse you. Okay. All right, here's one thing. If these questions confuse you, here's something that you can do before you start overanalyzing the graph or overanalyzing the words. You know you're going to have to use the fun chart. We're going to write down just the pieces of the fun chart that apply to this, which means when I look at this, I know that my function is concave down. And the function is increasing, yes? Is the function positive or negative? Positive, okay. And then since the function is concave down, the rate is decreasing. Since the function is increasing, the rate is positive. The function being positive doesn't affect the rate at all. But this is everything I need to know about this graph so that I can go down here and not confuse myself. All right? I'm looking for the graph of J. I'm looking at this part right here. It is increasing or decreasing. We said increasing. So that means I can eliminate these two. Then it says decreasing or increasing rate. We already said it's decreasing. My answer is B. Okay? So you see how that can help you right there? So that you just separate it from everything else. Don't confuse yourself. Then you can make sure you're thinking about the rate or the function or whatever you do there. Okay? We good on that? All right, show me your answers for 21. Okay? All right, we got some conflicting answers here. All right? So, looking at this, is the function is concave what? Down and decreasing and negative, right? Which means the rate is decreasing and negative. And see how I'm lining up what goes with what? Now that I know that, I look here, I'm looking for the graph. The graph is decreasing, so it's not A or B. And the rate is decreasing, so it is D. Okay? We okay with that? That's what I was trying to do, was make it easier. We good? All right. So let's look at 22. Show me your answers. Okay? All right. So this function is concave up. And it is decreasing. And is it positive or negative? Positive. All right. So since it is concave up, the rate is increasing. Since the function is decreasing, the rate is negative. I'm looking at the graph first. We said the graph is decreasing, so I don't like those. And then, excuse me, the rate is increasing, so my answer is C. Okay. What questions do you have? Is this the one we were arguing about? Okay. Does it make sense now to whoever was confused? Okay. All right. So then 23, show me your answers. Okay. All right, it's okay if you didn't get that far. All right. So function is concave up, and it's increasing, and it's what? Negative, which means the rate is increasing and positive. All right, so the function is increasing, and the rate is increasing, so we are increasing at an increasing rate, which is A. Okay, good. That's why this drill and practice on some of these is pretty good. All right, so that was 20. So yes, we're going to do, so I'm going to give you minutes to do 24. And again, I would highly suggest writing your fun chart and maybe even writing it out for each one of them. Get in the habit of doing that. Okay, show me what you got for 24. Okay. All right, so the function is concave up, right? Increasing and positive. So the rate is increasing and positive, and that's what we are looking for, which is what y'all got, which is A. All right, 25. The function is concave up, decreasing, and what else? Negative. The function is negative. Do we all understand why the function is negative? Exactly, because we're talking about the y values. So that means the rate is increasing and negative. So negative and increasing would be C. I think I forgot to ask you for your color. That's okay. All right, so show me your colors on 26. Okay, so the function is concave down, it is decreasing, and it is positive, which means the rate is decreasing and negative. So negative and decreasing is D. Oh. You see? Yeah, okay. All right, show me your colors for 27.
This is probably wrong too. Then.
Okay, well, let's see. The function is concave down, increasing, and negative. So the rate is decreasing and positive. So positive and decreasing is B. Okay? What questions do you have? All right, so for the one that starts with 28, put a star there. You're going to come back to that. And then these four, I want you working on these four here. All right. Y'all ready to show me your answers? What'd you get for 32? Okay, well, show me your red one then. Well, you tell the person at your table. As usual, huh? Just kidding. He never sleeps. Do you even need the fun chart here?
Well, it's fun.
Well, it is fun, so you can write it, but it's only asking about the function, so I don't need it really. I can see that this function is increasing, so I can eliminate C and D, and it is concave what? Up, which is A. Okay. 33, the function is what? Decreasing. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me your colors.
Which one?
I've done that a lot of times today. 33. Okay. It's decreasing, so it can't be A or B, and it is concave, what? Up, so it is C. Good job. All right. So show me your answers before I forget. On 34. Okay. So the function is decreasing. Do we agree with that? Eliminate A and B. And it is concave down. All right, 35. Show me your answers. Okay. All right. So the function is increasing, yes? and concave down. So that's your B. Okay. Good job. All right, on the 36 here, put a star on that one. And then 40, put a star on that one. And then go to 43 and do it, yes.